Welcome back to a Windy City They Tan Watch, the channel where truth meets freedom, right here in the heart of Chicago. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated with our latest investigations, interviews, and insights. Your support fuels our fight for freedom and truth. So, let's dive into today's journey, armed with knowledge and the relentless spirit of the Windy City.
Hey folks, WindyCityThetanWatch. Sunday afternoon, April 21st. I know that we've got another protester down here already. I'm going to go see if she needs a little bit of a break. If you're joining us on the replay, please leave a comment. And for those of you live, definitely hit that like button. Let's spread the awareness. sptv.space is probably going to help you as well on knowing who's live and who's not. We're turning south onto Clark. I know I scheduled this for 1:30. Sorry about that. I just saw that Helgier was having so much fun. I wanted to come and join her. Yesterday, I did an interview or a panel with Nona Boss Audits and Investigations. I'll put that up on my channel fairly soon. I see a helmet ahead of me. I think that's Helgier with her new scooter tech. Oh, let me head over. Sorry, I'm not watching the comments. Hello, Susan. Howdy, Ellie. Hey, Bridge.
I'm so glad you're here. I've been on for
I've heard you. Yep.
I've been on for over an hour.
I've been listening to you. Good
job.
job.
You know how many people I've seen.
Excellent. Oh, here we got a couple coming up the sidewalk.
Yeah, they all went to lunch.
I walked past the back. There's nobody in the alley right now, but I'll see if I can go back to while you're in front.
Remote Scientology, taxi flip status.
Anything positive to say about the cult? Is the cult doing good for you? Are you okay that you're doing child abuse? Folks, sorry, I'm here a little bit earlier than I had scheduled. Nice. Very nice. I heard, at least I heard that you said you had a new scooter, and I heard the helmet.
I can get around back to my car.
Nice.
So what I had some painters tape. Forgot it, but I was going to see if I can tape this here.
Oh, gotcha. So
yeah.
To put it around the front.
Yeah, so that I would be, because you can't balance.
Yeah. We can probably find something that'll clamp onto here as well.
I was going to Google, but I wasn't planning on coming today. But I thought, yeah, this would be great.
Nice. Yep, absolutely. Tour of Chicago.
Yeah. So if you're here, I think I'm going to take a break.
No problem.
I'm going to charge my phone.
Excellent.
And get my signs in that. I didn't even, so when I got here, I just...
They're still in the car. Okay, so they're here.
I just kind of did my little, right, so wherever
Understood.
I was going by, it was all wide open. So I quickly went down there.
Excellent.
Of course, they didn't see the sweatshirt.
Nice.
Quick enough.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, Windy's here now. Go on to Windy Stream. I need a little break. This is, I haven't built up to this yet.
We'll get you there. We'll get you there.
So I'm going to ride my scooter.
I'm going to say that it sounded like you've been having a good time out here.
They did. Oh, there's a guy in a gray sweatshirt.
Did
you see him?
I didn't hear that, so I had you were in my pocket because I was on a bicycle.
I was standing on that cement.
Yep.
And planter, and he came and stood right there.
Coming out of the org?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Came down. It's a homeless type person. He didn't smell like just a poor, but he stood right where you're standing and faced that way, and I was here and I was screaming in his ear and singing.
Nice.
And he stayed there and
very nice.
And I said, I'm going to go get my helmet on. I said, I'm having sure nobody's. No, they'll do so. They'll screw.
Correct.
They'll break this or something.
I would say that they're very
them,
nefarious in that regard, right? And they try to stay one step removed from whoever's doing the bad act.
Of course, it was obviously not one of these people in an ill-fitting suit,
right.
A funeral suit.
Now, I'm going to say that I know that if Nancy, and again, this sounds so sexist, but when Nancy's here, when you're here, when Korn's here, I definitely see them trying to deploy that.
No, I don't.
They just know better than to
You
send
know
everybody
what?
out here.
They did it. And the one guy was giving me an intimidating, staring, like I got sunglasses on, so
Right.
but he was staring intimidatingly at me. Right while that guy was standing there, he came out and stared intimidatingly at me.
Nice. No good.
I said, I got fluff for squirrel. She'll help me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I knew it was happening, so but I just stayed for a little bit, and then I turned around and I said, I better go get my scooter before something happens to it.
Right.
I go, you know what? I'm going to put my helmet on too.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
All right.
So, how long do you think you charge? Maybe take an hour off or so?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just probably like 20 minutes.
Okay, no problem. But
Nancy's on her way, she said.
Relax as much as you need to.
All right, Chad. I'm going to end it. I'm going to go charge my phone, and I'm going to come back.
I might take a quick sweep of Dearborn. No, that's fine. Go ahead and take a break. I'll take a quick sweep of Dearborn and then come back real quick. But yeah, like I said, there was nobody in back. And good job on the shades.
Yeah, I got it.
It's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. So I was looking forward to coming. I mean, I can
It's just bizarre. Okay, then I'll take one quick. I'm going to take one quick lap. Just see if I can see if there's flyers out there somewhere. Because it's too nice of a day for them not to be. All right. Howdy. Howdy, Marina. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to take. I'm going to see if I can scout for the flyers. It's a pretty nice day. I can't imagine they wouldn't be deployed today. Now, based upon when the routers, you know what? I don't know this. It's really sketchy between whether or not those people are foundation staff or day staff because it's such a shortened day here, or it feels like a shortened day here. Like it's not 7 to 10. I think that they bring their foundational staff on earlier. We never really see a big staff change at 7:30. It's usually in that just after work time, so 5:30. And that kind of makes sense. A lot of the staffers, right, they have to have a day job because the money that Scientology is paying you. And remember, all the exes have said that a Sea Org probably makes more money than a staffer, and a staffer is the first one that's probably going to lose money if stats go down, because they're supposed to have a secondary source of income. It's not the objective of the org to support them. Howdy, Ms. Bramlett. If you're joining us, please hit that like. I appreciate all of you that came over and watched Not a Boss yesterday. It was fun just talking, explaining why I'm out here, what caused me to be out here. Many of you have heard this story in segments. I think I have to do a studio of me talking to the camera of why in the world do I care about this and why am I out here? So there's nobody here on Dearborn. I'll go over to State and then head back, see if we can get Hellgear a break. If there's anybody on a computer or anybody who can dual stream, please try to let me know, if you can watch Hellgear or when Nance gets here. Try to be in both streams. It's helpful because you're really my lifeline or communication back and forth to what's going on with whoever the other protesters are out there. I did order a second phone, only because I do want to be able to, like I said, have a lifeline to anybody else who might be out here. I think this afternoon that we're going to see Declared Dave is going to do a studio on the players involved in Lisa McPherson. So he talked about Lisa McPherson in a prior episode, and now we're going to hear a little bit more about the other people involved in that. Yeah, as I look down here, I'm not seeing any uniforms, so they might be in Grant Park. And I just, maybe when Nance gets here, I'll take a wider loop. So we're heading back. This is Harrison, remember. I wish that, and again, I've been looking into some other streaming. I'm just kind of comfortable with StreamYard right now. I wish that I could like quick switch between Zoom and Close. Because I know that you get a good wide screen here, but you can't see very far. The depth of, the depth of field is rather lackluster. I actually was busy doing something else. I did come into Natalie's stream earlier. Sounds like they got some pretty bad news there. Again, that's the news. That's not the outcome yet. We can still send positive thoughts and positive vibes. Kind of a nice day out. You know, there's really no wind today. We do have, it's probably just above 50 right now. In the sun, very nice. In the shade, gets a little bit chilly. I think I saw a note that Corn posted on her community tab that she was planning on heading over this afternoon. So we may see her as well. Yeah, I just want to encourage everybody that whatever support means to you, please share it with Natalie and Tony. And he's a giant of a man.
Yeah. But it's the constant, it's doing it constantly.
All right, we're back over to the org. I think that's Corn up ahead of me. So with that, I might be able to wander a little bit more. I know we've been kind of up and down on views here. Thank you so much, Sherry. That sounds awesome. Yes, we do have Corn. Corn's got a tripod, it looks like. I've got a tripod as well. Oh, I like that shirt. I love that shirt.
Yes. April is
Child awareness,
child
or
abuse prevention month.
okay.
So look,
What is it? Corn 1870.
corn free DVSC now. Dazed but still confused. Dazed but still confused. DVSC. So I brought these. It's like 1,000 stickers.
Nice.
And I gave some to a child at the train already, and I explained to her parents what it was, and they were happy to take some. So
Nice.
it's these here, guys. So I said give some out. She was going to the field museum.
Very
So it's not a Scientology message. But it's
Protecting
give
children.
hope to a child.
Yes.
Speak out, break the cycle. Yes. And then I made some new signs also. But how about my?
So can I see that for just a second? I like that. I was going to say that's nice. Because I brought one as well. Now, when I'm mobile, I might ask you if you're going to stay here.
Yeah.
I might take my camera every once in a while, but leave the tripod and just say, hey, can you watch that to make sure that they're not going
I
to.
have to watch my bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Can I see your sticker for just a second? I just want to kind of
Yeah, go ahead.
show them on the channel.
Yeah, and so if we see children, I just thought I could hand them out.
Excellent. I love this.
And then I did get a shirt for the month, and just trying to give that message. I got some trash to throw away. Oops.
So, speak out, break the cycle, give hope to a child, stop child abuse.
There we go. Okay. Now I can.
So, Huvian, if you go to
made it.
WCTV, I'm sorry, WCTW.live, the first post right now, or the top post right now, is going to show you the Chicago people with pictures.
It's held here. Okay.
Excellent. Thank
Sorry. What is it again? Say
So WCTW, Windy City Thetanwatch,
Yes.
.live.
Okay.
The top post on that is going to be a picture of about 12 to 15 of these members and their names.
I saw you do your stream with Dave. I popped in kind of at the end, though.
I saw you there.
You know, since doing this and then also just having so many people to follow, it really does become difficult. And I try, and then I listen all week to get inspired or you know whatever. So I made some new signs. Here, try what you try, God.
And plus, there's less wind today, so maybe that's going to be good shape.
That's not where it is. There it is. Okay.
I'll give you the website. Both of these URLs point to the same spot. And then if you go to the topmost blog, there's two blog posts. One of them is about Dream Exchange, which is something that you would have seen Shannon talk about recently. And then the other one is about some of the members from this org that I found with their names and pictures.
I'll be back.
Yes.
I just signed off. I was on for 90 minutes straight.
Awesome.
Tell Wendy I said hi. I'm trying to get inside. Okay.
Howdy, Dave.
I see he was doing some lawn work today, but he's trying to get to our streams. So
Excellent.
me, Wendy, and Helger so far.
I'm taking a break.
April is
Take
also
care.
Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
Helger's on lunch break. You're not going to Paisans? Absolutely.
I'm with trashing and SRA.
Yes.
I just got this.
That is awesome.
I brought my.
So you're skateboard 3 now.
I have chalk.
Scientology sucks.
Absolutely.
All right, time to put up some signs on my. So I've got the door right now.
Nice. So while you're set, I'm going to take a lap around back, and I want to see. I didn't see anybody on Dearborn.
Hang on, I have to show
What is
this
that?
off. I'm sorry that I interrupted.
Is that a magnetic tape?
No, it's a seat.
Oh, that's very nice. So like the collapsible cup?
Yes, but apparently it'll hold my ass.
And then does it spin not to go down, or?
I don't really know.
I was going to say that. Are you worried about it?
It is going to be hilarious, you guys.
For the content. For
You
the
guys,
content.
I hope.
Oh, sorry.
I hope. That
So,
I get to let you
Corn's
laugh
got a
with me.
new.
Oh my gosh.
It's like the old collapsible cups that you would get.
Here we go. Ta-da.
Oh.
I haven't put my weight down yet.
It looks successful.
Hang on. It's as soon as I get comfortable that it's going to go.
Yes.
This is pretty cool.
Nice. It is.
And it fit my bag.
And the great thing is that, hey, great, the cops come by. It's like, okay, fine, put it away. Then
Exactly.
take it back out.
This is comfy. It's
Yep.
the perfect height. Yes, for a 5 foot, whatever I am. I don't know. 2.
A Davy +2.
Yeah, Davy +2. Oh my God. Hang on, wait. I also have. Guys, I got the hat.
I love that. So, yeah, you've got the little pop-up ears. And I think that Juanita has that too.
Debbie, can't say it at the moment. Thank you for coming in and hopefully hitting the like. That's awesome. Hey, Walker.
Anything positive about the church you can share with the audience? Is there anything positive? Are you okay that you're protecting child abusers?
Did you get to see my hat though? I love that I can call myself an activist now. That's what I have found to do in my quote-unquote empty nest. It's not quite empty yet, but they're adults.
All right, folks, we're going to take a lap around back real quick. So we're heading south on Clark towards Polk. And I know there's going to be a time where I don't have to say this, but it also fills the air. There are times when I want to say I have Aaron syndrome, where I don't like the dead air. So. Oops. Debbie, thanks for stopping by regardless. I appreciate it. Stay as long as you feel comfortable. Remember, there's a replay. There is a playlist of all of my live audits. So at night, when you're ready to go to bed, mute one of your devices and watch my playlist. Please. Just bumping up those hours. By the way, we do have that first threshold, 3,000 hours. We're very close to the 4,000 hour threshold. I have never had a monetized YouTube channel. I've always done it just for personal purposes. So it's very interesting. You get these criteria as to what you have to do, and then you meet them, and then you get a message that says, yeah, when we get a chance to, we'll verify all this stuff. So YouTube always lags quite a bit on this. So if we look down the alley, there's nobody out here, but let's go past the garbage can. It looks like I can see a lock overhanging from here. Dave, do the same thing. Just create a playlist of your studio chats and let people, just play that, do a play all on that playlist. And that'll bump those hours. I want to say that if Dave's a never in. Dave's kind of been studying this stuff. I'm going to say 20 years, but a long time. He's been interested in all of what's going on. He's a librarian by nature, and he has a plethora of Scientology materials that he pulls out, and he just does shows on them. Recently did the Lisa McPherson trauma, right? So she lost her life at the hands of Scientology. They made her leave the hospital, AMA, or against medical advice. And shortly after that, she went into crisis, and on the way to the hospital, died. So we still have the SPTV or Foundation and number. It is still locked. This looks sloppier than it's ever been. So I've never seen doors open, and I've really never seen overflowing before. That's probably the pizza place. That is not Scientology. We're now at the back doors of Scientology. Hello, Patrick. And we'll go ahead and look at there's a couple more signs on the post. Oh, by the way, I didn't see it, but I heard on Hellgears that they planted a tree. That doesn't fall under the defacing law. So if you were to hang a sign on the tree, I don't think the city can come out. Well, the city can come out and do whatever they want to. I don't think it's an actually chargeable offense in that process. Thanks, Fuzzy. And if you're so inclined, definitely go over and visit SPTV Foundation. See if there's ways that you can help. Remember, money is one of the things that SPTV Foundation needs, but they also need volunteers. Can you do an airport run if needed to? Can you help buy a ticket for somebody? Can you put somebody up? Can you help train somebody? Are you self-employed that you could hire somebody? Think about some of those ways that you can help the foundation. Yeah, there are times in the city where My superpower is I have a very weak sense of smell, so that never really bothers me. But I always tell people, if it gets to the point where I smell it, I feel really sorry for everybody else around me. So we went in the alley from Polk up to Harrison. Last night there was some tougher news in Chicago. There was in Gage Park, which happens to be traditionally a tougher neighborhood. There was a police shooting and the officer didn't make it. So, and again, I want to always stress, I'm not anti-police, I'm anti-prick. And if you want to be a prick and you wear a uniform, yes, I'm anti-you. You want to enforce the law equitably, I'm very happy that you're out there and that you're able to help protect us. Yeah, those are fun, looking at those 10, 12. Oh, Nance is here. We've got a full house. All right, folks.
How you doing?
How are we doing, Nance?
Hey, Wendy. Hey, Chad.
Nance Drew?
I'm not even sure if I'm live yet.
No problem.
I'm trying to decide where to go because I'm going to use some chalk that freezing just next to that.
I'll tell you what, with the both of you here, I'm going to go, well, let me ask this. Hey, chat, let me know. I think that since we've got two people here at the front door and they've got signs and chalk and supplies, I think I want to see if I can go find the routers, see if there's anybody out in Grant Park or something like that. So if you'll indulge me, we'll take a little tour of the city. Let me know how you'd like us to go.
Okay, these are the other ones that I made.
Nice.
This is me being artistic. This is as far as I go.
That is nice. It looks like you're writing Psychopath, when you cut out the magazine letters,
Yep.
right?
Yep, exactly. But look, auditing uses mind control and hypnosis to control children. Scientology is a cult and a scam. Hashtag no more kids in F-Scientology. And I didn't finish that one because I got to my spot.
Nice.
All right.
Oops.
So first I have, this is the one I didn't finish yet. I'm gonna write that one. And then I made that.
Yeah, 100%. That when we think about this, that a Scientologist coming out, and depending on how deep in they were, and if they have debt, and all of those, did they end up with financial ruin, no credit record, no housing record? It's really hard for a person to establish a foothold, and it's not just money that these people need. They do need the support community so that they feel comfortable coming out, right? I'm going to walk over. There's some civilians coming up the street. I just don't like to put pressure on the neighborhood with this. So we're heading down to Polk Street. I'm going to head out towards Grant Park. So we're going to go east. It's a beautiful day. The sun will be behind us, so everything should be very well lit as we walk down the streets. Things are really starting to bloom, so the trees are going nuts right now. Yeah, that's a good point. Think about it. They don't have credentials. They don't have a driver's license. They don't have a governmental license, a state ID. They may have a passport if they've been human trafficked into the country or brought in underneath a pseudo church visa in these spaces. but they need help with that as well. So can you help them fill out forms, right? Can you help train them in jobs? These people are hard workers, right? The people that are sucked into Scientology, they're just known for working 24/7, right? And that's a workforce that I would love to have if I had labor needs, or if I had tasks that I could send to somebody who would pay incredible attention to detail. We'll take away the fact that they forgot to shred the garbage to the garbage can. Oops. Yeah, it's just above 50, but there's really no wind. It's a very, very pleasant day out here. I've got a pretty heavy sweatshirt on. Yeah, one of my hooded sweatshirts. I took my jacket off already. If you do go to that blog post, one of the pictures is of Anastasia Berger, and Anastasia is up on the second floor of this building in that picture. So this is Roots Pizza. If you ever come to the city, and if you like the Roots, they call it Quad Cities Pizza, but their upstairs is just beautiful. If it's a nice night out and they open up that sky roof, just beautiful up there. Got some cyclists coming back or past. Windy's a jerk. Never trust that guy. I just want to mention, Dave, you came up from Bourbon Land and you came up rather dry. So no shame, but shame on you. This, I've said before, I'm pretty sure that this building right here, so we're on the corner of Polk and Plymouth Court, I'm pretty sure that this is a secondary location where they're housing some of the people. If you were watching Trashy and SRA the other day, I'm pretty sure they went to Devil Dogs, but if that's the location that they were at. And that's one of those places that if you can make it on a grill or in a deep fryer, they make it there. Gyro, hot dog, hamburger, corn dog, whatever it takes. Coming to State Street. This building, again, a nice tall building, but all residential. This is not college residential. There might be college students in there, but it's because they're purchasing their residence on their own. I'm going to say I see somebody in a black outfit. I just kind of want to walk past down there. And smoking. I don't see the tie though, so and they're jeans. Yeah, so that's not the uniform. Howdy, Lisa. Welcome in. I'm sure our host Ellie was more than happy to take care of you while you join us and settle in. Now we're walking down, I'm pretty sure this is Balbo, which is a strange street. It's the 900 block of Chicago doesn't really go that far. So this street kind of only goes from Lakeshore Drive, and then it stops going through the park, and then it continues from Michigan Avenue to State Street, I think. Love that. I'm going to say I love how well MD Media stood firm on that. you know, and it's another one of those, let's refer it to the city attorney and see if the city attorney wants to press charges, which is just, it's a First Amendment chilling activity, right? So that is potentially US 1983 potential. You could have that civil lawsuit, the 1983 suit against an officer trying to chill your First Amendment rights with the threat of arrest. We're in the last block before Michigan Avenue, so we've gone past Wabash. On our left is the Hilton, used to be the Stevens Hotel. This is, I have to guess, this is the largest capacity hotel in Chicago. Definitely in the downtown area. Now, there's some sky rises on like 22nd Street that are hotel. There's a Marriott down there by the convention center. But this is just a big hotel. And I unfortunately just missed that street. I'm kind of scanning up and down Michigan Avenue to see if I can see anybody in the gold vest or the blue suits. Not seeing anything yet. It's a beautiful day. You know, sometimes they're out here locally trying to hand out flyers, but then other times they'll just get on a train and go to one of the other neighborhoods that's further away. And when they get away from the org, you know, there's very little. I have to be super lucky to be able to catch them or engage them in their flyer tactics. If you'll indulge me, and I remember telling you guys in a prior chat, one of the retail magnates is the one who started the fundraiser to set aside, to buy all the property to set aside Grant Park. Now, Grant Park is Chicago's Central Park. So this is our lakefront park. There are no buildings in Grant Park except for the Art Institute. And if you were to, they've called it Chicago's front lawn, right? So you've got the lake over there as well. Howdy, Johnny, welcome in. I think this is just an incredibly powerful statement. Think about how many never-ends that are only lending our voice to all of the crimes and the atrocities that have occurred against the ex-Scientologists that have been able to finally come forward and speak in this space. And the more we talk about this, I can't imagine that it wouldn't grow this process. We all think that Scientology is well known to everybody and the atrocities are well known to everybody. It's not. I'm going to tell you that at least 50% of the people that I encounter on the streets of Clark, right? So the Church of Scientology is on Clark. At least 50% of the people that pass by that are just, you know, neighborhood community members have no understanding, either what Scientology is in the first place, or any of the abuses of Scientology. Even as critical as, like, we thought Danny Masterson was such a headline. They don't even know, like, they don't, when I say Danny Masterson, they all look at me like, who? So, I agree with that, you know, it feels like there's two different tactics. If you watch Jessica will actually physically handle people and bring them back to the org. So she'll grab them by the shoulder, grab them by the elbow, and escort them back to the org. The other two, well, the other three that I've seen, they're really just going to hand out the flyer, hoping that the person comes back. Now, we have seen the Easter celebration that they had. Those people came from Chatham. That the understanding was all those flyers were passed out in Chatham. And if you look up Chatham, you're going to see it's one of the collar neighborhoods. So it's not anywhere near, it's nowhere near the org. So this is Aaron Montgomery Ward's. And Montgomery Ward's is, again, a catalog as well as a brick and mortar retail spot. And here's the plaque that was dedicated to him in '93. Hopefully you get a chance to read that. And I went a little bit on my way going south in the park just to see that. And now we'll head north to see if we can capture any of the flyer brigade. Now remember, the day that they finally evaded me, they got all the way to Michigan Avenue and they went north up to the Congress Expressway or Ida B. Wells. The white jacket guy even went further north than that. Yeah, and this, that's by no mistake in that situation. That Scientology understands marketing well in that regard, right? Let's send, the white coat guy, he looks like the traditional cool kid in high school and college as well. Just like the curly-haired person of color that I see most often. These aren't people who are limping, have a third eyeball growing out of their forehead. They're attractive young people. And that's just one additional enticement to anybody to stop and slow them down to get them to listen to your spiel as you give them the flyer. I'm always disappointed because they always go right back to the org whenever I'm there. And it's like, listen, if you believe in this tech, you should be able to refute everything I'm saying. But you can't, right? You're unable to tell these people that what I'm saying is wrong for a couple of reasons. One, what I'm saying is actually the truth. And two, you're not really allowed to talk about Scientology to people. But they can't, I've asked them before, ask them if they're Scientology, and they won't answer. Ask them if they can tell you anything about the church. They won't answer. So they cripple themselves in that regard. When you think about the days of Tori, when she was in and she was an OSA and she was sent to handle people, she would go out and engage people. And I just think it's very funny. One day she said, on occasion, she would just say, I just really, thanks for being here. I just wish you'd leave. And they'd leave. Yesterday on the interview, I had made a statement, and it's probably not precisely correct, but I don't think that I've heard more than 5 words from all of Scientology in the 2.5 months that we've been out here protesting. Somebody's doing some photography out here. This was, I said we had walked past the Hilton. So this is the Hilton, and it's an entire block deep in that space. Nice, I just walked past the water fountain, and the water fountains are turned on, so that's awesome. If anybody is watching multiple channels, just let me know if anything's happening over by Shannon or Nancy. Yeah, so, and I'll just say that, sadly, I wasn't there when he came out and talked about that, but I was there a little bit earlier than that. and he said, "Hey, would you like an interview with a Scientologist?" And he tried to kind of drag me away from the door on the night that they were doing the college recruiting. We know that he was also somebody who, I think that he said he spoke with Trashy and SRA when he was out there at the garbage can. He had closed the garbage can or the dumpster door when Trashy and SRA had opened it one night. It was after the locks had been purchased, but there was no lock on it that day. Yep. Now, I've seen, if you look at the Delphinian, which is, I want to say Portland, Oregon, is where that school is at. You can see there's maybe 3 or 4 pictures of Chadwick Burke, and both names end in an E, with what I presume are his parents on graduation day. But I don't know, I have no idea what his parents' names are. There's no evidence of that. So it's just really hard to figure out, what was his background story? How did he get involved in the church? Thank you, Fuzzy. Appreciate that. Thanks, Patrick. I can hear, the barber shop at the corner of the Congress Hotel. They've got a speaker out there playing some music. Again, Columbia College is all over the city. So this is the Museum of Contemporary Photography. They have an awful lot of these picture profiles, and those rotate quite a bit. And those profiles aren't just awards for photography. Sometimes it's going to be costuming, directing, cinematography, all kinds of attributes and awards. But that's kind of their wall of fame, but it rotates quite a bit. And again, we're just not seeing much activity here. It's a nice day. I'm not seeing any of the suits. So I'll go 1 or 2 blocks north of Congress, and then I'll head back to the org. So Chicago is known for its summer festivals, and they use Grant Park a lot for that. It's usually, I think July is Lollapalooza. Then they'll have Taste of Chicago, which it's always the week before or the week after. They'll somehow enclose July 4th on that. I think we already had Blues Fest, but there'll be a Blues Fest, there'll be a Gospel Fest. And again, they're just opportunities for Scientology to get down here again. I'm not positive. I wouldn't say there's less staff yet. I still think that they're in surge mode and that they've got people from out of town that are helping support. If anything, they might be down 10%, but by no means have all of the other people gone home. Now, there was a question on the Hilton guest parking. If we go back 1 block right here, this is their valet park, and then there's a garage behind this building. The block behind the hotel, there's a parking lot for them. Howdy, Dempsey. Welcome. Chicago is just really awesome with its street art. So we're seeing a couple of the statues. Ooh, I have the aroma of 420 here. I'm going to walk back over to the buildings side of the street. So I'm on the park side of Michigan Avenue. We're heading back over to the west side of Michigan Avenue. This is where all the buildings are. The building right in front of me is Roosevelt University. Roosevelt has an auditorium that was built with precise acoustics. One of those you can drop a pin in the back and hear it drop. So people want to come and play here just because of its acoustical sound qualities. Seeing it is Roosevelt University here. So much of the park has a garage underneath it. We're going to take a little tour here. And I know that many of you are here for Scientology protests. There's just not much activity or action today. So I'm going to go down this stairway. And the stairway takes you to both a parking garage. And I might lose you a little bit. Fortunately, this isn't that deep. Got the leaves, and then and we walk from this way. You'll see that there's a down and a ramp going up. Down is to the southbound trains, and the ramp going up is the northbound trains. So these are the South Shore lines. This is the electric train that leaves Chicago and services Indiana. But there's still a few. There's most Chicago. So I assume that getting great reception down here. I'll head back upstairs. But one of the tricks on this is the idea that if you don't, you can actually walk across the street underground. So. Yeah, I think COVID took a bit of a sting out of it, right? And while there is an awful lot of residential down here that never used to be here, COVID really crushed the restaurants. So the people that lived in this area, and I used to live right here on Michigan Avenue, that when I was first here, I could walk to 20 restaurants very easily. Now, COVID just really hit those. So most of the restaurants that are still kind of surviving, they've either got to be a tourist attraction or they're really open during the day when the business community is in town and going to have lunch. Maybe they'll open for dinner, but they'll close kind of early. They'll be at 8 or 9 o'clock. So Harrison is 1 block south of the Congress Expressway or Ida B. Wells, and then Van Buren, which is the street we're on right now, is 1 block north of. Up in the distance to the left, you can see that copperwork on top of the library. That library is Chicago's main library, and it's the Harold Washington Memorial Library. I don't know if it's memorial, but it's the Harold Washington Library. Harold Washington being the first black mayor of Chicago. This is Wabash. Wabash is a one-way south in the city center, but you've got the train up above and then the streets have the car traffic. Here we see, this is a pink line. So it's going to take a left-hand turn, kind of a right-hand turn to hit a left-hand turn. And it's very loud above us. When those trains turn, they make quite a squeal with the metal wheels on the metal tracks. There. Yeah, Chicago is really geared towards making movies. Now, Toronto usually underbids Chicago, and then they just CGI all of everything back in, like the Christina Applegate something babysitter. I lost a babysitter, or my something about my babysitter. That was based in Chicago, and they had a lot of the L in there, but you could tell like the L would run into the Sears Tower. It's like, wait, it's nowhere near there. What are you talking about? And that was a movie that was filmed in Toronto, and then they just superimposed Chicago back over the top of it. All right, I'm coming. Can you tell me what the cause might be? I don't think that there's a daytime decibel problem. Somebody's gonna have to look that up for me, but I'm pretty sure that the ordinance is it's after 10 p.m. there's a decibel constraint. Trying to hustle back over there. I'm trying to run, Nikki. Yep, doing a little bit of a jog here. I'm running on a full stomach, which is never fun. See if I make this light. I don't see a cop car right now. Oh, I see the cops. I just saw them walk in. going to pull out my other mic real quick, just in case there's conversation. So I thought I just saw a cop walk back in, right? All right. So, what was their claim?
They said that they don't know where the call came from.
Okay.
They asked if we needed help, or they become something else. Like, we would become calling them. And I said, yes, we would. They asked my name. I refused to give it. She said, yeah, you're correct. All right.
Right. I'm pretty sure there's no daytime decibel ordinance.
Yeah, I have it pretty low.
Yeah.
I can put that low where I talk to them.
By the way, somebody said that you guys were on mute.
Yeah.
So whenever you're engaging
I
cops,
wasn't on
make
mute.
sure that you're okay.
Yeah, I wasn't
right.
on mute, but apparently I talked to them. But different names and just said, you know, trying to
Did you get the names and badge numbers?
no.
I will.
Not used
That's
to
right.
this.
That's right.
I'm not usually the head-on person here whenever they show up.
We're good.
They're very nice.
All right. So I'm not sure if you're hearing, but for the most part, the cops have been very cordial.
Mm-hmm.
Ask if the ladies needed any help. No. Great job. No, just.
Yeah.
By the way, I love that there's a tree here.
Yes, that way I don't need to step into a...
There's another thing. That's not defaceable. We can hang signs on that. That is not a signpost.
And then Ellie said we're going to permanent defacement.
Right.
I think this is not.
Correct.
And I have that right here in my pocket.
Nice.
I told them I can show them that that's what they say.
I need to get like a flashcard set of the ordinances laminated so that kind of we always have them with us.
Yeah, I think that's important. They can run out of data or something
Yep.
on this one.
I mean, I already regularly go to that area, so it wouldn't be.
Yeah, so the music's not loud. We-
Um,
Excuse me, can I have a name and badge number, sir?
Yep, Officer Lawrence, down number 16996.
16996. Thank you.
15782.
15782. Thank you very much. Is there any reason for the call? Do we know the reason for the call?
We've already told them. Thank you.
Did they tell you a reason for the call?
They did not. They didn't even know why they were doing it.
So the police have just lied to us
I
again.
told them, I said, go in there and see what they think.
And again, since they didn't come back and engage you, there's nothing.
There's nothing. We
They
already
were super nice, but yeah, I think they left out some information for sure.
Right.
I forgot.
But as long as they
If somebody can timestamp that and put those badge numbers in for me, I'd really appreciate it. That way I can do the FOIA request.
I start laughing real hard. Oh, God.
Also, if you go to chicago.gov, you can enter a FOIA request. It can even be anonymous. You just have to be able to leave an email address. So create, if you have a temporary email address or a secondary email address. Thank you, Patrick. Then go ahead and start the FOIA request and just ask for the reason for the call on today's date and today's time, which right now we're at 2 o'clock Central Time. All right, I'm gonna go around back. I have mine too, and I was thinking the same thing. I have my tripod as well, and I like that goes in there. So, and I think you can do then face tracking, so we can kind of set it up there and still be
mine is on face tracking,
nice.
but I don't know if it works with this.
right.
It's new.
Me too. All right, I'm gonna run around back. I'll be back. You know what? She left, but even though since I see your badge number or the comment there, I'll be able to time sync it and I'll be able to get that because I remember saying her name too, or her badge number. It's really hard for me to hear their names. They kind of. I also swallow words when I'm talking, but they tend not to want to give us all that. Yeah, so in Illinois, there is no cost associated with it. Now, they say that you're supposed to get be able to get the body camera from there, but I think that you actually have to go to the police department or do a hard copy email in order to get a body camera. But everything else, and I always use the electronic version, so I can get my response by snail mail or electronically. So I just happen to choose electronically. if you go back, 3 weeks ago, I showed all of the first month's calls that, I'd asked I did a FOIA request on all of the first month's calls. Now, FOIA says that every public department must have a liaison to be able to take FOIA requests. Don't get that confused with not every district. So if I go into District 1 and I say I want to put in a FOIA request, that might not be where the person is at. They're probably over by Whitney Young on Jackson Street. That's kind of where a lot of the headquarters positions are. Oh. That has the, I think that's Chadwick. If we're looking all the way up, that's the loping gate of Chadwick. See where he's headed. And folks, thank you very much for letting me know that the police have come. I think this works out well, that we kind of have this multi-way communication. And now that I think about it, when the officer said we told them, I just want to say, well, I'm not with them. I'm me. Tell me. I'm requesting. Not sure where all this water's coming from right now. Having taken a left turn, I just want to kind of go up there and see if it is, in fact, somebody that's a staff member. It's unlikely that left-hand turns up there would be staff members, just because that kind of goes nowhere except for the train station. And I've yet to see somebody go up on the train, into the train platforms. Doing the Chi-Town shuffle real quick. He might have gone around back to get a cigarette in. And also, there might be somebody who's just a resident here, so he just walks through the alley to get to his doorway. I don't know if I've ever seen Chadwick smoke. So yeah, that person probably went into that residential building. As we go back, I'll kind of slide past the last door on this. So this right here is Gitter. And I don't know if Gitter, it looks like they might be closing down here, but Gitter, it would have been the call for groceries, right? And they would get to the groceries. Now, 601 South LaSalle is a residential location. So I think that the person came in here. We'll head back out front. Still not seeing anybody with flyers, but again, I think that if there are flyers going out today, they're probably not going out locally. The police officers are still here. So the car number is 7803. The plate number is 18919. One of them is picking their fingernails. The other one is doom scrolling on a phone.
Wendy, I was just telling them about the 6 students, 3 for sure. But
Right.
Like, they go in, they try to distract us, and then they'll have the 3 or 6 go.
Correct.
So do we have the names of those?
I don't, but one of them is highly identifiable. Sorry about that. I've seen one of them several times since. She has pink hair. She usually wears a pink sweats, pink sweats top and bottom. So it probably wouldn't be that hard, and I can do a little bit of a roundup on that. So there's a short on my channel that says, I think it's got the word Columbia in the name, and then there was the day it would have been March 10th ish. There would have been a live that we would have seen that on, and that was the day. So Chadwick, he tried to draw me away from the door so that would happen.
Chadwick is famous.
Now, the other thing that occurred that day was there were 6 more that went in, and they never came out. So it's very likely they went out the back, would have gone down cold. Yeah, there were 9 members that came up. So the way that it worked out was there was a uniformed woman up here. Everybody came approaching. She was very happy with them and saying, sorry, get closer to the phone. She was very happy because she said, "Oh, you're full HCO." So the idea that, hey, you've gone through all of the ethics to kind of be a real member now, but still was in her civvy clothes. And they mentioned, "Oh, you look so nice in civvies," and that's Izzy. So Izzy is that on my site. Izzy is the name of that person. I can't find any courses that Izzy took, but it's Izzy Bahari Evans, I think.
So the dark-haired one I recognized, she was at the protest, and she was actually talking to me for quite a while with her boyfriend, asking me a lot of advice on the questions. And I thought it was kind of shady. And then later I saw her on your video. I was like, no wonder.
Nice.
So yeah. And then one of them, I think, was it the same one? I think she's the one that spit on my bag.
Yeah.
When I was down here at night waiting for trashing. Yeah.
Now, Shannon may have a better chance because she just has more friends, acquaintances, connections in the student population. So we probably have to get that question over to Shannon to say, hey, do you recognize this person? Because we can still show. We're very fortunate that 2 other times I caught her on film. And I said film, even though I know we're digital. So.
Thanks for that info.
Yes.
I saw you in Nanobots on the
Nice.
replay cruise, so thanks for the kind words.
Thank you. I didn't hear you.
He's a food delivery.
Oh, yeah. He just got out of the car right here.
Yeah, I thought I'd tell him if he was going into that door.
When is the next? I don't know what those meetings are called, but you said where the neighborhood gets to complain to the police.
So, okay, I'm going to mute for a second.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, no. One moment. I'm going to mute for a moment. Sorry about that. Excellent.
Like a star.
Hi, Kelly.
Hey, Kelly.
Thank you for coming to check out my
I'm a
stream.
subscriber.
I'm going to show you guys what we've
Member,
done so far.
anyways. Love you.
Yeah, thanks. I was intentionally muted. We were talking about some strategy here.
Yeah, sorry I had to mute when we were talking about some stuff.
Okay. I'm going to go for a little walk.
So,
All right, this is what Freezy had suggested that I do. And
I've already, yeah.
Yeah, I 100% think that's a true statement. I'm definitely curious. Hey, J-Bet, I'm definitely curious why the police are still here. And one of the things that we definitely want to do is make sure that, if you're ever out protesting, don't block sidewalks. Always make sure that there's some throughway for pedestrians in these situations. In my opinion, and again, I'm not the boss of anybody, so take this for the 3 cents it's worth. Don't trespass. We've already seen what the inside of one of these orbs look like. There's nothing that's going to be of value in there for us to see. So, sorry I've got you sideways. It's just easier to see the amount of information. So, Chicago loves Liz Ferris.
I walked here like pretty fast, and I even stopped at the 7-Eleven that I now know I would have to get it. So, there you go.
I'm going to scroll back a little bit through comments, see if there's anything of interest. Thank you, Gregory. Hey, you might not have been playing double speed. At certain points, I was actually running. Gotcha. Sorry, Pat. I missed that. But thanks for the clarification on that. Thank you all for coming in. It's a little bit slow here today, but we've got to be out here every day, or as often as possible.
So, now I've got some chalk art.
This is actually kind of funny that I feel like cleanliness is a big part of Scientology, and this is easy to do, like Windex and a squeegee. But look at all the streaks. I don't know if it's really showing up here, but all kinds of streaks on this window. It looks like bird landed on that. Bird landed on this next to the door. Lots of specks on this. 100% bird fun right here. This has been here. It's the rain has taken this one away. Oh no, this is the big one. So you can see it on there. So the shadow is showing more than the actual bird droppings, but that's been there for a month now. Right? So I can't. Is it? What's the ship shape? SP something, but they're not ship shape here. Excellent. More the merrier. Yeah, they seldom do it right, but again, I've always gotten this impression that cleanliness is next to, well, if godliness existed, cleanliness would be there. Now, keep in mind it's a Sunday, so the hours are a little bit earlier. They only go till 6 tonight. Are you curious about what's going on, or? Okay.
You guys are anti Scientology.
Yeah.
I support you guys. Biggest cult in the world.
Absolutely correct. Well, they're the most culty, but they're nowhere near as big as they think. There might be 25,000 worldwide.
Yeah, I know.
They claim there's 8 million.
Yeah, I know. They brainwash people.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
basically human trafficking.
100%. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you go?
Huh?
Did you? I see your.
Yeah, I went
your
there.
nice.
Yeah. They specifically don't recruit people that are above a certain intelligence level.
Correct. 100% true.
So, awesome. Well, I support you guys. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Take care. Have a great day. Just saw him lingering. I wanted to see if he wanted any more information, but he knew all of it. This is somewhat interesting. The family that owns Windex lives out in like Carpentersville, so just the other side of Elgin. Sorry, they created Windex. It's now, I think Windex might be under Johnson & Johnson or somebody else, but they made some money. The family is multi-generationally wealthy at this point. It's really a nice day out here today.
Thank you. It almost got smushed.
Just going up because we've got a citizen coming through.
Okay, here I go.
So if you're going to be out in this area writing it, I would say write it readable from this side, if that makes sense. Because people walking by, they can see it, and then people walking out can see it.
Arrow that way.
That's fine. Oh, yeah,
But I could
that's a
write
good
the
point.
word cult this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can write the word space that way. Yeah. Good idea. Good idea.
Because, again, nobody's going to be walking here or outside.
I just figure if I do it here, I'm not in the way.
Absolutely correct. Yep. I'm giving artistic direction. This is scary. I'm not the right guy for this. Nice.
Did you get my chalk art over there?
Yes, I did see that.
Okay.
Yeah, the police are still here. Let's show some surveillance love. So still the same car, right? 18919. They don't seem to really have any impetus to. Okay, it's the thing is that she's kind of like in the lane where the flower pots are at. So there's nobody's walking on the street side of the sidewalk. On there. And we just saw Helgier just got back, so lunch break is over. Yeah. Right now, I'm just. It might be that they're watching on YouTube. Not sure exactly why they're there. So, Shannon and Israel have just showed up.
Bye. Good day.
Oh, love this. Oh, sorry. I'm not. So, she's basically writing between these two flower pots that are up ahead here, like right behind that bicycle. with Shannon and Helge here, I might go ahead and take another lap, see if we can find anything out in the neighborhood. Hey, Veda, welcome in. Great to see you. So back up here a little bit, give you a wider view of what we have going on out here. So you've got on the far side in the security or in the safety vest is Helger. We've got Korn doing some artwork. Nance playing Lara FM, and she's got a tripod with the videos pointed at the door. And here comes Shannon.
Hey, Sean, Natalie Webster used to change your diapers, and she wishes you well.
How you doing tonight, Israel?
And he was like, "Run me."
So we've got our new DOA van.
Here we go, guys. This plot is meant for flowers, not a 6-foot skier plot. Chicago loves bears. Yeah, okay. That's wonderful. Who spelled scared? This must be scared. So we actually, who planted the tree?
I don't know.
Because we were constantly making fun of it.
Right.
Who says we don't make a difference?
Yeah. We're going to need a few more donations for that, Amy. Hey, Shannon? Shannon, are you guys going to kind of base out here?
I don't know.
All right. What's up? I was just wondering if you guys were going to base out here, because I was going to rove then a little bit more, see if I can make sure the back door stays shut and all that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be out here right now. Yeah.
Cool.
Look at
All right. And there's a lot of us
we'll
here.
be walking over here.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. Excellent. We'll go check the alley out again. Reminder, but again, I think we have I'm seeing the same names in here. 717 South Clark is the imprint. This is the apartment complex that both threatened to trespass one of their tenants in Shannon, as well as the staff members are staying in there, 6 to 9 people in a studio apartment. Hey, Kelly. Thanks for joining us. What time is it? You guys are what, 6 hours? Oh, so it's just evening now, I think, right? I should have more drone footage shortly. So this is Polk Street, right? The southern block. You're seeing just residents up the wazoo. I love the dimensionality of this view. You've got the Clark train, the Dearborn Street train station right there. To its right, you've got residents here on the corner, residents behind it, residents in the tall tower behind that, and then you've got the large condos with the green roof even further back, and the other one is 1000 South Michigan with the white top up there. So it's just incredibly dense with residences in this area. I've been kind of touring around this neighborhood to see if they do have people handing out flyers. I haven't seen anything yet in this space. There's no activity here in the alley. Oh, I see that we've been tagging all the garbage cans because this close garbage can also has the SPTV Foundation on it. I like this. And Scientology sucks. So this is not the Scientologist dumpster. I'm going to head up to that real quick. This is right behind the residences at the end of the street. And those looked to be spoiled cooking oil containers, not garbage cans. And as we come up, you can see there's ugly shadows in there. Sorry about that. You should be able to see the chain hanging off the edge. So remembering that, about a month ago, Trashy was able to find a lot of documents in here. But this is the Scientology. So the Scientologist is standing right here to put this lock on. And just below it is the SP Foundation sticker. So, yes, it turns out that we found out that chalk is fully allowable here. So right now you saw that the Liz Ferris statement, and then just the other statement about how poorly they utilize that space. They finally planted a tree in that spot. There had never been a tree there. The other night, Trashy V12 BMW and Severe Reality Adjustment came out, and they chalked up, you are now approaching a cult. The college had a bit of a hissy fit, as well as Scientology, and said, hey, they can't do that. And the police came out and said, they most certainly can. Since it's chalk, it's not graffiti. And I will tell you that I've already got my 4,000 piece of chalk coming. Nancy brought the chalk tonight. I don't know if it's today or if it's a week-long element or a day-long element, but today happens to be Child Abuse Day or Child Abuse Week. And by the way, that's not a pro-sentiment. It is an anti-sentiment, so we've got some stickers about protecting the children. That's unrelated to Scientology, but we know that Scientology partakes. Turns out that Scientology, unfortunately, had some very young people that were suppressive people, but they were in England, so we don't worry about them. Hello, Rika. Welcome in. Now I'm back up to Clark Street. I'm going to go down Polk, and I'm going to kind of look down Dearborn and State Street to see if we've got any body routers out there. Dearborn is a classic open street festival. So several times during the summer, there will be, they'll block off the street, and they'll have, they have a literary or a book festival. They have a music festival. Even at the book festival, usually there's a stage at either end of the street. As it is a literary festival, I can't imagine that we're not going to see Scientology out there with a desk. If you saw the article on the website, WCTW.live, the most recent article has maybe 15 of the members with pictures and names. So now we can kind of call everybody by their name rather than, hey, you. One of them was Anastasia Berger, and Anastasia's picture is from the top floor of this restaurant. So she was up there having a grand old time, as she should. She's young. She should be enjoying life. She shouldn't be stuck in a cult. I wish that they just weren't brainwashed or tripped into understanding. And again, at the lowest levels, Scientology it looks like it's a self-help group, right? How do I help you with anger? How do I help you with relationships? How do I help you with money? Those are all great things. But then once they get you hooked on that and they show some minor steps or minor successes, which, by the way, those successes probably would have taken place whether or not you were being helped by Scientology or not, then they start into some of the more nefarious elements. And every time you come in, you're not going to leave without buying a book or without buying a next course. This is the second place that we've seen Scientologists. That you just saw the woman in pink come out. That's a residence. And I've seen a few of the more veteran lady staff members. They're in this building. So they're not back at Imprint with the youngins. But again, you're seeing just another residence. So this neighborhood is called Printers Row. And the reason for that is that all of the magazine and newspaper printing, book printing, used to come out of this neighborhood. Illustrations. It was just the printing mecca of the Midwest. And when print went away, it became a very tough neighborhood. This was not a neighborhood you ever really wanted to be caught in. And then they gentrified it. They took all of the factories and renovated them into apartments, or they tore down the apartments or they tore down the factories and built new apartments. So right here, we're on State Street. This is Jones College Prep, which is a magnet school in Chicago. This is the top magnet school in Chicago. This is the one that most people seek to get into. We are not seeing, I'm not seeing any suits. I'm not seeing any gold vests. I'm not seeing any white sleeves. Sorry, and as I walk down here, I scan left. My head is on a swivel most of the time. I try to hold the camera steady so I'm not getting my audience seasick. As we come up here again to Balbo, we'll have a couple opportunities to see some graffiti. Hello, Renoir.
I'm doing deliveries. That's my stuff.
Y'all got to pay me for delivery. You park in a meter zone, you know you got to pay.
That's a good question. That's a good question. I'll actually ask the ladies if they do have knee pads for that. And yeah, I'm sure it would be much more enjoyable than kneeling on the concrete. So this is kind of neat. This is an old school, it has a 1950s look to it. There's a little bar on the ground floor and hotel. Oops, sorry. But we're going to see some neat graffiti back here. And in Chicago, some buildings will put their walls up for commissioned artwork. So you can apply to do, that's a great picture. I love when the train comes past that artwork. So here we're seeing one of the commissioned artworks. It's kind of a blue abstract piece of water. And then as we turn the other direction, you know what, I'm going to walk down the alley underneath the train tracks real quick. And Roosevelt University, the building ahead of me is Roosevelt University's, one of the places where they lodge students. There's a train going over the top of me, so it's going to get kind of loud for a second. When you're in the city, for the most part, the train runs down Wabash, but just after it comes south of Congress Parkway or Ida B. Wells, it takes this little dogleg. You can see up here that there's a curvature, and then it follows this alley down until like almost Indiana, 37th Street South. So right now we're at 7th Street South. So for 30 blocks, this train follows this alley all the way south. Here you've got the Sears Tower, just another view of it. Always loved the Jacob Watts moose blowing bubble gum. Oh, you know what? We need to get this to Tori with her Anonymous. And then the wall with the women, you're in a shadow, so you know what? I'm going to get across to see if I can fix that. And it's pretty dark back there. Can you guys see female faces back there? I'm going to go ahead and walk into the... This Harmony has been here forever. This is the backside of the Roosevelt residences. And this is just female heroines. So these pictures are Harriet Tubman's, Ida B. Wells, Jane Addams, just some of the phenomenal women. Potter's, I can't remember what Potter Palmer's wife is, but she was an incredibly philanthropic person as well. Just an awesome site that these college students get to see that women can change the world. Right? If I can see one, I can be one. Was it a little bit better there, Jay, when if I'm up here? So yeah, I think you can see that pretty well. I'll go vertical for a second. All right, now I'm going to head back out. Somebody's trying to park here. I'm being a nuisance to them. Earlier, there was a question where the people at Harrison, at the, sorry, not at the Harrison, at the Hilton Hotel Park. So the Hilton Hotel starts up here. It's the darker building that's in front of the park. And if you look down to the far end of the street, you've got that white building with the horizontal or landscape windows. That's a parking garage as well. Just not seeing any flyers. Again, I gave them probably 90 minutes heads up that I was heading down here. So it's very possible they might have tried to get out of the zone before I showed up. If I see them leaving the org, it's very easy for me to follow them. Now we're heading back down Harrison. There's a bit of a dog leg on this intersection. On the night that we were down here with the college recruiters, Um, they also had a drone pilot out here. I didn't know it was their drone pilot. I assumed it was a protester. And they were having trouble getting the drone up because they were getting a warning about the 400-foot flight ceiling. So you have to intentionally override that, which it's fully legal to override that particular message. It's really just a warning. And I tried to help him, and then a couple minutes later, I saw him pick up the drone and walk inside the building. So I don't know that he was a Scientologist, but he was definitely being contracted by Scientology. Howdy, Mary. Welcome, Canada. I'm going to head back to the org, see how everybody's doing. As we walk across the street here, we've got an old example of a printing press. Makes perfectly good sense for Printers Row. All of that is cast iron. Excellent. To Natalie's statement, if you see something, say something. So definitely, if you ever see Scientology, again, they do get outside of this zone on occasion. If you ever see them in this area, definitely email me. And I can get down here quickly as well. And that way I can kind of cover anything they're doing. We know that as the weather gets better, they're going to pack up tables and books and try to put out, basically to try to acquire new people. So if you ever see something like that, let me know. I can be down here and on them very quickly. It's a very long light. I'll go to the back alley real quick and then I'll come back up front. Yeah, there's no real activity down there. There's a woman who just started walking towards us, but she's walked out of the residential building at the bottom of the street. Yeah, 100%. That would have been like right behind the Jet Ebony building, right? And I can't. That person was a very wealthy individual that owned Jet and Ebony. but Chicago was his home, and they were on about the 1100 block of Michigan Avenue. How are you doing? Just touring the neighborhood, seeing if I could find anybody out. I don't think anybody's handing out flyers, or at least not locally. They're probably away from the front of the building.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna come out. I checked the alley a couple times, not with live streaming, just to get some scooter movement.
Nice.
Yeah. No, I think it's fine. I'll check.
So, Corn, everybody wants to donate to you little pads so you can protect your knees when you're down there.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I couldn't get down, or I don't know if I could get up with my shoulders, but I would definitely need knee pads.
Nice.
I'm gonna regret it later. I'll carry it.
No, don't wait in.
I'm FedEx, so I'm fine.
Wait, Corn, Israel said that your camera's closed, or your...
Oh, my phone probably died. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's okay. I probably gotta charge it.
This is always a great sign to see out here. So this is from Liz's site. So if you go to liz-gale.org, maybe com. Sorry, if somebody can correct me on that, I'd really appreciate
Sorry,
it.
guys. I left you all stranded.
But this is the children that Scientology failed, right? So we saw that Liz brought the scroll out to LA, and then Jay did a great job in Denver of, for 5-6 blocks, put all these names on the sidewalk. Just gonna leave it there for a bit. Boy, there's just so many names on there, right? That we know.
Do you want the bag on it to make it more secure?
And there's too much red, right? Several of these people are no longer with us. Here we've got a sign on the post. A couple of weeks ago, we got in trouble for putting this on there, but it turns out that you have to be able to permanently deface, and tape doesn't permanently deface. And here we've got a car with the SP Foundation information on it.
That's awesome.
What else can you not have an opinion on? All right, we're gonna have to do some spelling soon.
What's wrong with spelling?
Opinion. So do you remember the Cajun chef?
Yeah.
Onion. So,
Have you been here
100%.
the past 2 days?
So I was here Thursday, and then today.
And it was like
We were able to track people, so that they had people out body routing, so I was able to follow them there. Then,
did you get here before they shut down today or no?
no, so Hellgear was the first one here, and she was the one that had to bring the shades down. So Hellgear gets credit today.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
And then Trashy and SRA were out here Friday.
Yeah, and then they were out here last night too.
Yeah. Yep.
I was watching their stream last. No, I think you're right. Friday night is when I was watching their stream. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was Friday night, right before Shabbat. I was pissed off I couldn't come out of it. The Jewish Sabbath, but I stayed in there literally till like right before we light the candles. I was watching trash. They were laughing. They were still on the train.
Nice.
Yeah, I think Ellie
Yeah.
was in the.
They take quite a ride to get down here. So.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. Ellie was in the thing, and they were on what I'm assuming is the metro.
Yeah. Well, yeah, would have been a metro. Yep. So they're coming from out of town.
Yeah, I don't want to like.
They live at 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
Yeah, right.
And extra credit for anybody who knows whose address that is.
Are those restaurant people or Scientology?
I think they're restaurant people because jeans, for one thing, they've got jeans. Jeans isn't typical for that. And there's no piping on their coats.
Jeans isn't typical for Scientology.
Oh, no, they're, let's see here. Is there a pin there? No, restaurant.
Did she make a gesture?
I think she's just curious. Like, she didn't know. I don't think I should have gone down and engaged them to say, hey, do you know why we're here?
Yeah, I'm wondering, because they were like talking about us. They were looking at us.
It's kind of like we normally see us together.
Correct.
You know what
Are
I'm
you
saying?
actually a Mets fan? Or
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That it matters. Where's the girl? Nice.
Yeah, Shea Stadium.
My kids are right there right now, back and forth.
727.
Queens and New Jersey, yeah. Those my kids are on vacation.
Nice. Yeah, I go to Jersey Shore for vacation now. I used
Yeah,
to
so
go to Long
Lakewood,
Island.
which is right, I don't know if you know where Lakewood is, but so there's two sides to the lake. One
Bingo.
is literally just,
Yep.
there's
100%.
It's like just 100% Jewish. No, for real. It's like 99 point something percent. It's a thing. It's a thing. There are more religious people, not more Jewish.
I pulled Joyful out of her lurking, or his lurking. They're lurking. Someone's lurking.
There's like a million religious Jews.
Well, I mean, not really.
So here we've got Cult, and it's then heading you up to, this is the unlocked entrance. And then Corn's going nuts on the chalk, doing an awesome job. So we've got the Cult is inside. Thanks. Another approving neighbor.
We'll be here. I got lots of chalk.
SPTV logo, and then the foundation's phone number.
All right. Hey, it's colorful.
Yeah, I think we're doing great down here. Oh, I like that too. So, one more sign on the car. So hopefully all of you at home are honking. We have told her. She said she's going to feel that in the morning.
Woo-hoo! Woo! Honking the thing at the top.
Not if you speak at all.
Yeah.
It's like you're not in it. Just let this charge all the way.
Is that all Laura's music then? Is that she just plays it all? Nice. So you're hearing Laura FM. If you're hearing anything, I think that I get pretty good sound isolation.
What you do. Put you in my heart for all that you've been through.
Laura FM. Absolutely. Oh, you know, we need that on the days when they decide they're going to do the blast music at the door. They'll leave the door open and blast that music. Um, yeah, I'll put that on my wish list to get a Bluetooth speaker so that I can just play Lara FM or playlists of Lara FM on days when they've got that going. Hopefully everybody's enjoying their Sunday afternoon. Cute little puppy just went by. Yeah, I'm very fortunate that I think that these mics are really good about not picking that up. The only time that I got a copyright, and it wasn't a copyright strike, it was just a copyright mention. So I think it's Shannon at the top of the alley. There's 3 or 4 people in the alley here. Sorry. The only time that I ever got a copyright strike on music was when my speakers died. So I was just playing the phone. My mics died. So I was just playing the microphone, and I'd walk past a restaurant or something, and they'd be playing music. But it turned out I was very fortunate that the music, even though it was copyrighted, it was acceptable to allow the music to play. Yeah, that's Shannon. I can kind of tell by her stance all the way down at the bottom, or top. That's actually the top, the north end of the alley. But she's all the way up by the parking lot. And somebody's dog walking just went past her. So I don't think there's any danger there. Yeah, excellent. Thank you. I'm guessing that she already has her music set to be allowable or something like that, because I think that the creator of the music can do that. And also, I'm unaware if she's with a publishing house. So if she's independent, it's not highly likely that she's monitoring that. Now, if she's with a publishing house or if she's with BMI or ASCAP, that might be a different story. It's really a joy to see so many people down here. Hey, if you're interested in protesting and you don't really want to stream, it's still helpful to us. So, you know, if we look at it, Israel's been here for an hour and he doesn't stream. He'll stream on occasion, but he's not streaming here. And he's very supportive of Shannon, so he'll kind of be her roving reporter. Paisans is empty. All right, how's everybody doing? I think I might head home. I might actually bring my drone back down, so I might not come down the stream. I might just bring my drone back down. Yeah. So see if we can get some. There's no wind right now, and it's very sunny out. So. Yep. Howdy, no one. Pleasure to see you. Thank you, Frizino. All right, if the mods can help us out, if we can go ahead and raid somebody, that would be awesome. We've got plenty of channels right here. I'm going to take off. I might come back down with my drone later on. So, because I think you guys have enough cameras here right now.
Hey, I'm going to download your. I'm going to download your Thursdays and today's.
Excellent. I appreciate that. Thank you. You're going to come back? I think I might. Yeah. Okay. We'll do. Thanks. Yeah, folks, as you heard, we've got really good coverage down here. I'm not seeing body routers, so my mobility isn't really an asset right now. And we've got 4 channels streaming, so let's see if we can go raid one of the streamers. If you're not aware, there's a new website called sptv.space, SPACE. And if you go there, she's got a large list of all the creators. And one of the things that she's got on there is the top section is whoever's live right now. So she's scanning all those channels to see who's live. Go ahead and get across here real quick. It feels so nice when you're out here in the sun. And not sure if I've got a mod in right now, so let me see if I can find a channel. Let's see, how do I add to chat? Am I not allowed to chat my own? More. post a comment. All right, I'm going to send y'all over to Nance Drew. So I might be down a little bit later, but I probably won't be streaming. I'm just going to bring the drone down and see if we can get some aerial photos. Thanks, everybody.